you went through like 2 like divorces before. Now getting into your dating life, what is that like? Can you tell us a little bit about it? And I know you had a question for me, which I'm excited as well to answer.
Sure.
But what's that like now for you? That change after those cycles of divorce and breakup that you experienced?
I mean, it's difficult. I can tell that I definitely am anxiously attached at times to people that are avoidant. And so I feel like for the first, say, 9 months or so that I was dating, I felt like I was attracting and also being attracted to more emotionally unavailable avoidant men.
Mm.
So like if I wouldn't get a text, if they wouldn't text me back for an hour or 2 or 3, I remember this is the very, very first guy that I dated after my divorce. And we dated for maybe 2 months. We weren't exclusive or anything. We'd gone on 5 or 6 dates. Nice guy. But I remember I sent him a text and he didn't respond to my text for like 3 or 4 hours. And I literally was crying on my couch, like having an
Wow.
anxiety, like, oh my gosh, he doesn't like me. I guess he doesn't like me. I guess he's not into me. And it was the worst feeling. And I was just so anxious. And, we ended up talking and it just really never, we ended up sort of
Materialized.
separate ways. But yeah, I just felt all the anxiety, and then and then lots of first dates and maybe had second dates, and I would notice the red flags, and I would break up with them, or not break up, but like not go out with them. And then I would be proud of myself, like I tried to celebrate those small wins.
Yeah, good job.
Myself, like I'm recognizing the red flags, and I'm not putting up with this. And then and then I did have that situationship that lasted probably 9 months, probably 8 months and 3 weeks too long.
So you ended that?
I have ended that. Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Because I know you were in the.
It was really, really difficult because I ended up, I ended up having feelings for this guy.
Yeah.
Because even though I knew he was a red flag, and even though I knew he wasn't for me long term, I thought, oh, what's the harm in having a little fun with him?
Oh, and that's how it begins. But you know what? That's whenever I call situationships. That's just my personal branding on those things, because I have so many clients and so many people coming to me saying like, oh yeah, it's, I'm in a situationship and I'm just here, just as you said at the beginning, just to have some fun, just to get a little connection. But the truth is, for me, I study people's energy. I study what they attract, and I study a pattern. And I'm like, this has a lot of vague similarities to your previous relationships where people wouldn't give you what you wanted from them, but you settled. It's just in a different package right now. Right now, you're just saying, oh, it's for fun, it's for whatever else.
Yeah.
And every one of those people who starts that situationship starts thinking it's going to be fun, it's just sex, it's playful. And the sex is really great because of all the stress hormones that make you feel it's really good, but they're really trying to tell you to run away, and we just don't understand that. But it always leads to people creating a sense of attachment to that person. Because they're getting into the situation with someone who's emotionally unavailable. They are emotionally unavailable. And I don't blame that person for saying that, you know what, I'm not available. This is only the thing I can do, because they're saying it. Yeah. But we're abandoning ourselves to be a part of that process. And we go through the journey until we end up with heartbreak and attachment.
Right. And I think another reason I did it too, well, it was keeping my nervous system in that high, low thing. So that's another thing. I think I was subconsciously attracting him and being attracted to him because he kept me on those high highs and low lows that I was so used to in my previous relationships.
Well, I just want to say I'm proud of you for breaking that, because I know you were talking about that in the program, and the fact that you stepped away from it and you chose something different, like, kudos to you. This is part of the learning process. And I will tell you that it will be hard. It will be tempting, and you will want to go back from time to time, to feel like, maybe I'll settle for it. But you have to catch yourself in those moments and give yourself what you're learning now to give yourself: the love, the self-validation, the accountability of a better life. So coming back to your dating, your present dating.
So, and another thing I did, sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, and one thing that has helped me with my dating is my therapist told me to make a list of the attributes and characteristics that you want in a partner. And so I did that, a year or so ago. And I read the list a ton, like every morning and every night for a long time. I think it's kind of programmed in my subconscious now of what I'm looking for, which is somebody who's emotionally available, somebody who's worthy and loyal, and kind, and obviously driven and ambitious, and all those things too, but mostly it's the inner characters. There's nothing on there about what he needs to look like or
Right.
that. Of course I need to be attracted to him, right? But
Mhm.
so yeah, that way I get a really clear picture on this is what I want. So when someone shows up like that guy that I had a situation
Yeah.
with, he was somebody that I didn't want. So I totally believe that the universe and God shows us people that
Yes.
we don't want so that we can get crystal clear on what we do want.
Absolutely. But we have to be able to use that moment and opportunity as an opportunity, not to get sucked back into the pattern, but to learn from it. And I think that's where a lot of us need to grow, because a lot of us just stay attached to our old cycles. And if we're not, I keep saying this, we will continue to live in this cycle until we have that moment that we can break it and level up, and then we move to an above, more evolved state of being. But if we don't choose to break the cycle, I say this thing to people sometimes: if you're not willing to do the work, be ready to reproduce your old partner with a new face.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
literally what I say to people.
Yes. The one thing that you taught me in the program, and also I had also learned this from my therapist, and I've also heard this from another person that I love to follow on YouTube, Dr. Ramani. She's amazing.
Right.
And then here it is. If you want to, I feel like this is the one thing that helped me the most break free from all of the toxic relationships I've been in. And it is make a list of the top 10 things that they've done and how those things made you feel. And then when you feel that pull to go back, or when you feel that pull of you second guessing yourself, you get that list out and you remind yourself, this was my reality. Is this how I want to live? And of course, no, you don't. And so then that makes it really easy, not easy, but easier. To detach.
Yeah. It's kind of like that shock to look at, oh shit, I went through this, I allowed myself to put myself through this, or this person makes me feel like this. This is not what I want. Right. But like you said, we have to continuously remind ourselves of what we don't want and what we do want. And if that gap is too far, then surely we're not in the right place,
Right.
Are you hurting from shame, loneliness, toxic relationships? Do you want to break that pattern and create a beautiful, loving life for yourself? Well, my name is Yats, and I'm an inner work and relationship guru. And I have helped thousands of women and men from all around the world learn to become their best selves and have the lives that they truly want and desire. This channel was designed for you to be able to heal those old wounds, be able to become and elevate your best self, and to you to love your life really that you have right now. And I offer an 8-week program called the GAUNTLET, which takes you on this amazing journey of healing those wounds. And I also offer in-person live retreats all around the world where you can access that same level of healing and empowerment. I want you to do something for you today. I want you to watch some of these videos. And if these videos hit close to home, they resonate with you and they're giving you some inspiration, then I want you to subscribe and share it with somebody else who needs it. These videos aren't just for someone to consume. They're meant to inspire people to take action. And if you want to take action in your own life, jump in the comments, watch the videos, send me a DM at the Inner Yats on Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video.